Jalen. I have watched the Seahawks and Panthers game from the mountains.
Right. So why you got that on your head?
Because Russell Wilson said it was challenged there. The strength of the Carolina Panthers has been stripped away. Sports Talk World, how's it going? Mr. Terrence McCoy here.
Jalen Long, what's up?
Welcome back in the lab, my man.
Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
So, yeah, like I said, the strength of the Carolina Panthers has been stripped away. Started off 6-2.
Right.
3-game losing streak. What's wrong with the Panthers, my man?
Honestly, I don't think it's nothing wrong with the Panthers. If you watch the games, Christian McCaffrey is the real deal. Cam Newton, you know what I'm saying? He doing his thing. You check his stats, he's still doing his thing.
Right.
Christian McCaffrey, the first player in Panthers history to go 100 rushing yards and 100 receiving yards in the same game. I just think they need to get back to their defense that they started the season off with. If you look at it, all their losses, 3 losses in a row, big close losses.
Right.
They haven't been getting blown out, so it's just that the defense need to get the offense on the field. The defense is spending too much time on the field. So when it's time for the defense to make a play at the end of the game, they don't have the energy.
I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna say, well, like I said, the defense has been the problem. Lost to the Seahawks 30-27 in the last game. Here's the big eye opener. Russell Wilson was 21 for 31, 339 yards,
Right.
2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Okay.
All of the Panthers' losses have been by in the air. Like that secondary has been garbage.
Exactly.
Like I said, the offense has been holding its own, but in the last 3 games, the secondary has given up 200 plus yards. Big Ben, he was 22 for 25.
You know, Big Ben's the man, though.
Yeah,
Big Ben is the real deal, man.
but I had the Panthers winning that game, and they was on a winning streak. And like I said, 200 plus yards. He had 328 yards, 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
Matthew Stafford was 23 for 37, 220 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but it's all close games, you know. It's the defense on the back end. I don't know. I really can't say. They just need to get back to Panther football the way they started the year off.
Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, man. Keep pounding.
Well, for them to really wake up, and this is the wrong time for them to be losing looking at their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Their last 4 or 5 games are division games.
Yeah.
They haven't played the Saints yet.
Important games.
They haven't played the Saints yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already marking one of those as an L. The Falcons, their offense can run with them, but the way that secondary looking and knowing you got to contain Julio and Calvin Ridley, that can be a little issue.
But at the same time, the Falcons have a defensive problem too. They have a starter hurt on each level of defense.
Mm-hmm.
So the Falcons can get exposed. Like, I got the Panthers taking that.
All right, so you got the Panthers waking up?
Exactly. I got the Panthers actually sneaking into the playoffs. And not only sneaking into the playoffs and the wild card, I have them moving up to a 5 seed. I got them winning 4 out of the last 5 games.
All right, we're going to hit that topic later. But next game, the Panthers are facing the Buccaneers. Like I said, the last 4 or 5 games are division games.
Win.
And, yeah, James Winston is starting. But his last game, he had 312 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And it was against the 49ers.
Yeah.
But this is a big test to see, if Carolina Panthers will wake up.
Yeah, but you can't sleep on the Buccaneers.
Oh, no.
Nah. It doesn't matter who's their quarterback. They're going out there and they're slinging a rock.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to sling that rock.
All right, well, we'll see. All right, so I saw last Sunday you had a little conversation about Lamar Jackson and Joe Flacco. Exactly why I brought you in here.
Exactly.
Baltimore Ravens beat the Oakland Raiders 34-17. Lamar Jackson's second start. Joe Flacco, they say he should be healthy to play against Atlanta.
Should be.
Should be, keyword. Who would you run with?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson?
No questions asked.
Okay.
We know who, like Stephen A. Smith said, we know we know who Flacco is. Mm-hmm. We know exactly who Flacco is.
Right.
And he's big game Joe in the playoffs, but you got to get to the playoffs.
Right.
And he was just starter. You were out of the playoff picture. Joe Flacco, to me, faking a back injury. John Harbaugh agreeing to step down as coach. We all know the future of the Ravens.
Right.
Flacco's out of there next year. Harbaugh's out of there next year. Lamar's the future.
And Ozzy.
And Ozzy's out of there next year. Lamar's your future. And the future started 2 weeks ago when he stepped on the scene. And the Ravens look like a completely different team with Lamar out there. Everybody's playing with energy. I questioned some of the veterans. And they stepped up in a big way. And got the kid 2 big wins. 2 big wins to keep them in the playoff picture. Because, like me and you talked about earlier, the Titans lost last night.
Yeah.
That's giving the Ravens a little bit of breathing room.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So who knows what the future is?
I'm going to agree with you. And this is how I'm going to break it down, how I think the Ravens should stick with Lamar. The Falcons their run defense sucks.
Exactly.
They allow 123 yards on the ground, 25th in the league. And the Ravens are ranked 11th in rushing. With Lamar Jackson, you keep the defense guessing.
Exactly.
You got the option, and Gus Edwards have been a huge opener for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have 2 speed players on the field. Something that the Ravens very, very lacked was speed on offense and somebody to look out for. Now you have 2 people on the field against a very, very trash run defense.
And not to mention Ty Montgomery. Ty Montgomery, he's the perfect back for the RPO.
Mm-hmm.
So
you say, all right, you don't want to go with Lamar. You want to put Joe back in. With Joe in, you're predictable. There's not a lot of trick plays in the offense. Like, you're not going to expect Joe to be running.
Heck no.
Joe, you're taking away the option. The run game is going to go down, and you can keep Joe in the air. So with Lamar on the field, you have more to work with. And there is some film on Lamar now, but his passing last game impressed me a little bit.
It impressed you?
Yes, it did.
If you look at his film back in college, he can throw the ball. Mm-hmm. He can throw the ball. It's just sometimes he's a little inaccurate, but running an RPO, having 2 options in the backfield to run the ball, that gives you a bigger window to fit the ball in the tight spots to your tight end, running up the seam, or your receiver running down the sideline. So with running the RPO is going to do big things for Baltimore, I said.
Yeah, so, and this is it's going to keep Lamar, keep his rhythm going. This is going to be an away game and a game that, we can't lose. So it's a more pressure, but he's been delivering for what I've seen. So I don't see why the Ravens should go back to Joe. Like, keep riding that wave. Like, I really like what I'm seeing from this offense. It's something that I haven't seen from years.
Yeah, keep the hot hand. Just like the 49ers back in the 2011-2012 season. You keep the hot hand. I don't care how many interceptions he go out there and throw. If he brings the W home, you keep the kid out there. The best way to learn is experience. You got to keep him in the game. If he's your quarterback of the future, you leave him in there. And if he takes you to the playoffs, even better. Flacco's out there next year.
Honestly, I was on the Lamar train since he beat Cincinnati. You be a division rival, the team that we always struggle with.
Yeah.
And pretty much throwing the fire, you come in with that win.
Exactly.
You open my eyes. And so I say, keep riding this way. The kid's developing. Go out to interceptions. One of them was just tipped. That was just an amazing.
I think 2 of them were tipped. But the first interception was a ill-advised throw. He tried to squeeze it in the window.
He's learning.
He's learning. He's definitely learning. He's not running as much. He didn't run as much against Oakland as he did with Cincinnati.
Exactly.
He's learning the game to get out of bounds or slide, and you know what I'm saying. So the best way to learn is experience.
Hey, well, I wish I would know who the Ravens will stick with. I'm not gonna be surprised if it's Joe. Honestly,
if the Ravens go back with Flacco, I am 150,000% done with Baltimore. Me and you talked about this off camera. Another episode.
Yeah, no. So I know where you're going with that. But if they do go with Joe and we get the loss, that's it for all ball, honestly. Because there's no way that you got a hot hand and you don't keep riding with it. All right, well, we're getting closer to that time, my man. Playoff picture.
Playoff picture.
What's off the AFC?
Okay.
Of course, the Chiefs are number 1. Patriots are number 2. Surprisingly, the Texans are number 3. Steelers number 4. Wild card, got the Chargers and the Ravens. And in the hunt, Colts, Titans, the Dolphins, the Bengals, Broncos, and surprisingly, the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
If not the Chargers or the Ravens, who takes that 5th or 6th slot?
I'm gonna say Ravens out Broncos and I know we were just giving Lamar Jackson praise and everything, but it all comes down to the remaining schedule.
Exactly.
Denver has one of the easiest remaining schedules for the rest of the season amongst any teams.
Yeah.
And Lamar just not having enough experience or like the division games can creep up. You know, the Broncos play the Raiders and the Chargers on the back half of their schedule. 2 division games that can play an important role with them getting into the playoffs. I think the Ravens lose more than just 2 games.
I'm hitting for uppercut right here. I'm going to say Chargers and the Ravens might not make it. Hit me out.
Uppercut for real.
All right, hit me out. Check this out. The Chargers lost Melvin Gordon.
Okay.
So that's a huge loss. No, don't worry. Phil Rivers playing out his mind. Only had 1 complete pass last week.
Pass.
That's insane. It's just, can Phil Rivers play in December?
You don't believe in the Chargers?
I want to, but I've seen this story too many times with the Chargers. Like, you have to win in December. Yeah. And like you said, it all comes down to scheduling. That last game against the Broncos and the Chargers might be a big game.
Yeah.
And the Chargers on the road. It might snow a mile high.
Yeah.
So I would give the advantage to the Broncos.
Yeah.
If it comes out to that game for that 5th slot.
Yeah. And another team member, a Sports Talk World, was saying earlier that this is the Chargers' year. And sadly enough, it's their year to make a splash and not go deep into the playoffs. So you're not the only one who don't believe in the Chargers.
The Chargers, the last 3 out of 5 games are on the road. And it says December. It's going to get cold. I need to see Phil Rivers win in December.
I'm going to stick with the Chargers. I think the Chargers sneak in there.
All right, but I'm going to say I do agree with the Broncos. They have easier schedule. Come down the stretch. They snap Steelers winning streak, which really, I was like, oh my goodness. And like that was the same exact interception Big Ben threw against New England.
Exactly.
Where he tried to fit it in a very tight window.
Yeah, sometimes
it was gonna get picked either way. Like that was just a ill-advised pass. Like if he wasn't gonna catch it, the corner was gonna catch it.
It hurt my heart, Big Ben. You hurt my heart.
And the last team I see that can give Denver a run, like I said, is the Chargers. That might be that last game. Probably Cleveland, but I don't see Cleveland going into Mile High and beating Denver. I
don't know. We've never seen Baker Mayfield play the Broncos. He is showing that experience pays off. Get him in the game early and see what the kid can do. He shocked me last week.
Let me tell you a stat that I just learned. Baker Mayfield, since Hugh Jackson left, is second in quarterback rating behind Drew Brees.
Exactly. Experience.
Like, since Hugh Jackson left, the Browns have been on a tear, really. Like, I said, Baker Mayfield will be out that cage as soon as Hugh Jackson leaves. But I think the Broncos, their home field spot for the playoffs, I think they'll have more to play for than Cleveland, honestly. I like what I've seen from Cleveland, but not this year.
I don't know. I think Baker Mayfield looks for any reason to go out there and prove people wrong. Even if it's just the smallest bit of motivation, he takes that and he runs with it. This week in the news, Baker Mayfield made some comments about Hugh Jackson leaving.
I was watching that, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, but Hugh Jackson didn't leave.
He was fired.
Exactly. So Baker Mayfield looks for any type of motivation to just take the ball and run with it. And I think they go into Denver and make some noise.
All right. I'm gonna stay with Denver with that one. And I'd say, I'm saying Denver gets one of that spots. And I'm also giving a stretch and say, not even a stretch. I'm gonna say Indianapolis Colts, bruh. If you look at Angela, 8 straight games with 3 touchdowns or more. You only been sacked one time in the past 5 weeks. That O-line definitely improved.
Yeah, it's definitely a game plan. I don't believe in the Colts personally. I think it's just a part of Indianapolis scheme and their defense. Like they're playing from ahead in a lot of these games. And the defense can pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. I want to see what the Colts do when they get into a jam.
Right.
See if Andrew Luck can revert back to, his first year in Indianapolis and really make some noise and prove to everybody why we used to compare him to Tom Brady.
Before he got hurt, I said Andrew Luck was going to be the future.
Exactly.
And the way that offensive line looking, like he's being protected, and the numbers that he's putting up these past 8 straight games, like the man has to be stopped right now. Yeah. Still got to deal with Houston.
Mm-hmm. And Houston is a well-oiled machine right now.
I don't think the Colts will catch Houston. They're on the 2-game stretch, and Houston just won that 8th straight game last night.
8 straight.
I think the Colts will get on a wild card. I don't think I'm getting the division.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna switch to the NFC.
Okay.
Saints number 1, Rams number 2, Bears 3rd, the Cowboys are 4. Wild card got the Vikings and the Redskins, and in the hunt, Seahawks, Panthers, Eagles, Packers, and Falcons. Who do you got?
I got the Panthers sneaking into the playoffs. Like I said earlier before, not only do the Panthers sneak into the playoffs, but they actually move up to the number 5 seed. 4 out of their last 5 remaining games are divisional games, important games. And I do think they take one of the games against the Saints. And I think that'll be their only loss. I think that'll be the first game against the Saints that they play on December 17th. That is in North Carolina. And I think then they go into New Orleans, last game of the season, and still win. The Panthers have something to prove. Cam Newton has to prove that they can get back to their old ways. Everybody has been criticizing Cam since that Super Bowl loss.
Yeah.
And it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It really isn't. So I think, I really think the last 4 out of the 5 games he's going to prove why Cam is Superman. They get into the playoffs and they're going to make some real noise. Ground and pound. Keep pounding, baby.
I don't see the Redskins getting in no more. Losing Al Smith was a huge blow, and that loss against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving
embarrassing.
Pretty much just proved my point that I don't see them getting in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll with the Seattle Seahawks, man. The Seattle Seahawks, again, another team that just got hot when they need to get hot.
Mm-hmm.
So the door is open. They still got to play the 49ers twice. They still got to see the Cardinals. The only 2 big games are against the Chiefs, the Vikings. Okay. And both of them ain't the 12th man.
But at the same time, I don't believe in the Seahawks right now. The Seahawks have found some kind of formula with their running game. But
yeah, something that needs to improve on.
Exactly. But I don't believe in that passing game. Their passing game is kind of feeding off their run game. I feel like if a defense comes in and focus specifically on the Seahawks run game and shut that down and put the game on Russell Wilson's shoulders, I'm not a Russell Wilson believer this time.
All right, so you don't see the Seahawks beating the 49ers? Like I said, they see them twice.
That's a divisional game.
Yeah, so you see them twice and you still got to see the Cardinals.
They take one. I think they take
against the 49ers?
Against the 49ers.
I got the 49ers.
I got them taking one.
This is a time where teams that got to play, and this is teams that has nothing to play for, so pretty much smack these teams so we can move on to the next.
Unless they want to play spoiler, and everybody wants to play spoiler in that division.
That's true.
Game. So you never know. I think the Seahawks dropped one of the games to who was it?
It was the 49ers twice and the Cardinals.
I think they dropped the game to the 49ers. And let's not sleep on the 49ers. The 49ers got a young quarterback over there who's slinging that rock. I don't know if they get enough airtime because they're San Francisco. But he's out there doing his thing. So don't sleep on the 49ers. I think they dropped one to them.
I'm hopping on the 49ers. I'm not believing 49ers at all. The only 2 teams I'm going to say the Chiefs can beat the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
But that Vikings, they both of them are in Seattle. But I think that game against the Vikings will really see. I don't see the Chiefs losing the Seahawks. Just because the Chiefs might be playing for like a first round bye or something.
I've said this before. last time I was on here. Is it the system, or is it Patrick Mahomes? Okay, Patrick Mahomes has proven himself that he has a cannon arm and his accuracy is there, but his decision making.
Right.
You have to watch his decision making. And the Chiefs' defense, another thing. Their defense is skeptical. The Chiefs play with a lead. Their defense plays single defense, whereas though they can pin their ears back, chase the quarterback, cat and mouse game. In a tight game, the Chiefs have shown that their defense can be picked apart.
Well, but in the beginning of the season, we all came to understand that the Chiefs' defense isn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
But they do come alive when needed to. I mean, against the Rams, they put up, they had a sack fumble, and they had 2 turnovers that game. So they came alive when they needed to. I said that game's because both defenses wasn't that good.
Right.
I said that game's gonna come down to which defense stepped up the most, and it was the Rams. 5 interceptions, 2 wasn't his fault. Earl Donald did hit his arm, which causes the pass to be on the throne. So, by you saying it's the system, it kind of is, but you just got a lot of people that fit that system, and a lot of speedy people on offense.
True,
but
I just don't trust his decision making. I think he's a kid. He's gonna go out there. He think he can fit the ball in every single hole, and the Rams taught him a lesson.
Yeah, man, the man's in his early 20s.
Yeah,
his first start is year.
Right.
He was sitting on the bench last year, so so that's it. He comes to like a learning experience, but honestly, I said the man is still balling.
Mm-hmm.
So I back to the Seahawks and the Chiefs game. Going with the Chiefs to beat them. But I do think the Seahawks still sneak in because I said the Redskins are done.
Right.
They're not getting the division. It's wide open for the Cowboys to win it if they want it. They still got to see the Eagles, but either gonna be Seahawks. I'm gonna agree with the Panthers to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
They're not beating the Saints.
You think the Panthers are gonna get swept?
I like the Panthers. I don't want to say they're gonna get swept, but the way the Saints are looking and how Drew Brees is just putting up 50 on people's heads.
I don't think. Only reason I don't think the Saints are gonna sweep the Panthers is because Drew Brees is the Saints system. If the Saints lock down the spot and they find out they for whatever reason they can't move up or down in the playoff branches, I think Sean Payton sits Drew Brees.
Ooh.
He should. It's the right thing to do. I think Sean Payton should sit Drew Brees and and just give the back end some time to get some experience in the game, because you never know what can happen in the playoffs. Everyone needs to step up, and Drew Brees needs to be as fresh as possible.
I found something on the web for his
So
the right thing to do.
I feel like he sits him in the last game of the season with no way to move up or down. Panthers sneak the win.
I'm gonna say the only way Drew Brees will get sacked is if they already have the first round bye locked up in home field, because it's gonna be between them and the Rams.
Right.
If the Saints still have something to play for, Drew Brees not getting sacked. It's not happening. But I want to say the Panthers will take one, but they just had to step up their next couple of games before they see the Saints. Like, they can't lose these next 2 games. The next 2 games they play the Buccaneers and the Browns. Those are must wins before they see the Falcons and the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
If the Panthers lose one of those games, they're not beating the Saints.
I think they win 4 out of the 5 games.
4 out of 5 games?
4 out of 5.
Who are they against?
Everyone except the Saints. I think they lose to the Saints at least one time.
Okay. But I'm going to say it's wide open for Seahawks or the Panthers. It's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but leave your comments on who you think is going to take the 5th and the 6th seeds for the AFC and the NFC. All right, we'll go to next week predictions. This is a big game. Saints and the Cowboys.
Cowboys, baby.
The Saints are accustomed to stopping the run. Zeke's been balling, of course, but Amari Cooper's been balling.
Amari Cooper.
Ah.
He's going to expose somebody. Amari Cooper is going to expose somebody. Derek Carr and John Gruden. I don't know what they were doing in Oakland. They got rid of Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack is balling in Chicago. They got rid of Amari Cooper. He's balling in Dallas.
Yes.
Watch out. Cowboys going to make some noise in the playoffs.
Do you want to get in a shootout with Drew Brees? Is my question.
Absolutely not.
Nah. I think for the Cowboys to win, they have to stop Drew Brees and Kamari and a whole lot of guys. I'm going to give it to the Saints in a close one.
I'm going to give it to the Cowboys in a close one. I think Jalen Smith, him in the middle of the field, he's not going to scare Drew Brees, but he is going to disguise some coverage to have Drew Brees on his toes.
Hey, enough for Cowboys to win. Like I've been saying weeks after weeks, keep giving Zeke the ball. When you give Zeke the ball, good things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Saints, it can stop the run.
Amari Cooper makes Dak Prescott
Like a superstar.
look like a superstar.
It's like a Pro Bowler.
Watch out. The Saints can't cover everybody.
Ravens at the Falcons.
Ravens.
I'm saying the Ravens too. Is up. It's going to depend who's starting.
Right.
Keep Lamar in. You're going to get one of the worst rush defenses in the game. Keep them guessing. Keep them on their toes. They can't stop everybody. Gus Edwards putting up 100 yards. That's something I haven't seen in a while.
Exactly. Especially in this town.
Sheesh. So I'm gonna say Ravens. If Lamar's starting, if Joe's starting, I'm gonna call it a season. Honestly,
Do not start Joe Flacco.
no. Only start. Keep in mind.
Do not start Joe Flacco.
Keep in mind. Lamar kind of did tweak a hamstring.
I don't think he tweaked it. I think he was telling, I watched the game and I feel like he was saying, my bad. I should have stayed in bounds.
I did see him limping a little bit.
But the very next play, he wasn't limping.
You're right. But I said, either way, I'm gonna say start Lamar Jackson. There has to be some. You got to give me a good reason for you to start Joe.
Exactly. Especially with the way the offense is running.
Yeah, exactly.
RPO. I'm going to put Robert Griffin in before I put Flacco on.
Bears at the Giants.
I'm going to go with the Giants.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with the Giants. The Giants, Saquon, I believe in Saquon. Odell is Odell, and Shepard is a sleeper at wide receiver. A lot of people forget about him because of Odell and the flashing lights, but he's a sleeper, and he makes plays. So if Eli can keep calm, I don't know what's wrong with Eli right now. If Eli can keep calm, if he can keep calm in the pocket, not get so flabbergasted, and just make the simple plays, the simple passes, Giants can take that.
I'm going to tell you why I'm picking the Bears. And not because I'm saying Eli Manning run for your life, because there's a man named Khalil Mack right there. I don't like the Giants play calling.
Okay.
Barkley touched the ball 5 times last week against Philly. Philly had their cornerbacks are trash. Their defense is trash. Odell only touched the ball, 5 times? So it's like the passing, you're going against a defense with a very, very lackluster secondary, and you're not passing the ball.
But did you see what Saquon did with the ball only those 5 times?
Yeah, but what happened in the second half? He didn't touch the ball. So it's that play calling, the coaching.
I see what you're saying.
So I'm gonna stay with the Bears in this one. Bills at the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Dolphins as well. the only thing the Bills had that last week was that fight. Yeah. Dolphins.
Bills will be Bills.
Yeah. Broncos at the Bengals. I got the Broncos smacking the Bengals around.
Broncos. I don't know what's up with the Bengals. They said is Andy Dalton hurt or they said
he's done for the season.
Yeah, he's done for the season.
No AJ Green.
Yeah, no AJ Green, no Andy Dalton.
Marvin Lewis is calling your defensive plays.
Marvin Lewis needs to get out of there. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised he has not been fired yet.
Yes,
I know it's taking so long. I'm waiting for the breaking news. Rams at the Lions.
Rams.
I mean, do we even talk about this game?
Yeah, we don't.
Okay.
Even talk about that game.
All right. Colts at the Jags.
I'm gonna go with the Colts. Andrew Luck is balling. Leonard Fournette suspended.
Yep.
Jalen Ramsey wants out.
Blake Bortles benched.
Exactly. Give me the Colts.
Browns at the Texans.
Texans.
I'm still Texans also. I think Baker Mayfield, he's in the media. Well, of course, he's always been in the media, but you're running your mouth right now. Like, it's not a good time for you to be running your mouth.
Exactly.
And Texans defense, they look good last night.
And just like you said earlier, that This is the time of the year where teams step up. You're going to see who a lot of teams are, and the Texans are the real deal. They went 0-3,
Right.
and then they went on an 8-game winning streak. The Texans are trying to make noise in the playoffs.
Right. Cardinals at the Packers. You can call this game either way, honestly.
Yeah, but I can never go against Aaron Rodgers. Never go against Aaron Rodgers.
Him and the coach is just like an old Murray couple. Like, they can never get on the same accord.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm picking the Cardinals. Not the Cardinals, I'm sorry. I'm picking the Packers to win this game.
Yeah.
But, Aaron Rodgers saying we got to win out to make the playoffs. I don't see him making the playoffs.
Yeah, me neither.
But he just... He looked off last game. Like, he wasn't completing many passes that we're accustomed of him making.
I think he's trying to make something happen instead of just letting the game come to him. A little Eli Manning-ish.
Well, he's working what little he has.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he gets the W against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Panthers at the Buccaneers. This is a must win for the Panthers.
Panthers, I told you earlier before, Panthers. Panthers win 4 out of the 5 games, get into the playoffs. Panthers.
I'm going to say Panthers also. Only because they say they're fighting for a playoff spot now.
Mm-hmm.
The offense can take on the Buccaneers. They can blow them out the water.
Jameis Winston is Jameis
Winston. Going to be Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers win this game.
Easy.
Chiefs at the Raiders. We don't need to talk this game either.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about
Chiefs.
this. Chiefs.
Jets at the Titans. I'm very tired. I know I've been saying tighten up for the past couple weeks, but they always show me why you can't really lean on the Titans. Like, they're so unbalanced.
Yeah.
Like, last night the score was 10-14. On like the 3-yard line. Why go for it?
It was 10-0 at first, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like, why go for it? Get the points. And as soon as you miss it, you let Lamar Miller run a 97-yard touchdown. After that, the game was over.
Exactly. So, who you going with?
I don't want to pick the Titans, but I'm going to pick the Titans. Because it's the Jets.
It's the money game, baby. I'm going to go with the Jets.
You going with the Jets?
I'm going with the Jets.
I'm picking the Titans.
No specific reason either. I just think the Jets pull an upset.
Will it be an upset, honestly?
I think it will be with the Titans fighting for a playoff spot.
Yeah. 49ers at the Seahawks.
49ers.
I'm picking the Seahawks win this
I'm
game.
going on a limb.
Going on
the 49ers.
It's a big limb. In 12th man?
In 12th man. That young quarterback that the 49ers got, I believe in him. They have a nice run game. And they're tight end. He controls the middle of the field, which opens up things for their young wide receivers on the outside.
Right. I'm around the Seahawks. Vikings at the Patriots.
I'm gonna say the Vikings. I don't believe Gronk is 100% healthy right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams have been zeroing in on not Melvin Gordon. I forget his name right now. But anyway, they zeroing in on their receiver corner, New England. Tom Brady is getting old. I'm going to go with the high hand right now and go with the Vikings. Even though their games have been close and they haven't been running away, I'm going with the Vikings.
I'm still with the Vikings also. Only way the Patriots get in the playoffs because of that weak division they're in.
Yeah.
The Patriots have not. They haven't been good this year.
They haven't.
Even though they're home, they suck on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Brady's not playing, like Tom Brady we've seen. He's up there. That whole cliff that Max Kelvin always talked about on First Take.
Yeah.
It happened. The only reason why they're winning because of that division they're in.
Exactly.
So you get to see a Vikings that's a playoff team.
Yeah.
And with good defense and a good offense. I'm gonna stay with the Vikings to take the win.
Yeah, me too.
This game right here, though, Chargers at the Steelers. No Melvin Gordon. It's cold in Pittsburgh.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold here. It's cold here.
It's cold. This is going to see what Phil Rivers can do.
Mm-hmm.
The run game will still be there. They still have a good trio in the backfield.
Yeah.
But can Phil Rivers do that against the Steelers defense?
I don't think so. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. The Steelers look healthy. No significant injuries at the moment. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. And losing Melvin Gordon is a big loss.
Big loss.
A huge loss. If anyone plays fantasy, you know how important Melvin Gordon is to the team. So that's a big loss to Phillip Rivers.
I think he's out for a month. I think so. You might not
That's
see
an
him.
important
You might
month.
not see him gone. You might see him gone for a while.
That's an important month.
I'm gonna say the Steelers also, only because I think the weather will play a factor in this game with Phillip Rivers. You know, it's nice and sunny and hot in LA.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it don't snow in Pittsburgh.
Hopefully it does. Easy win for Pittsburgh. Easy money.
Hey, we're going with the Steelers. This is a must-win game. Redskins at the Eagles. That division is wide open still. I'm getting to the Cowboys to win it, but that division is still wide open for either of these teams.
I'm tired of these whack Monday night games, man. They need to flex this Eagles Redskins game. They need to flex it to probably a 12 o'clock game.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometime when I'm still asleep. But
Now you gotta watch this because I said the division's still wide open. So even though it probably be boring because both teams are trash, they're still fighting for. They still fight for the division.
I'm gonna give it to the Eagles just on the slimmest chance that the Eagles make it into the playoffs. The Eagles still have somewhat of a chance if all the stars line up and this team loses, that team loses. So I'm gonna give it to the Eagles just on the simple fact that they have a chance to make it into the playoffs.
I'm getting the Eagles also. I'm gonna say losing Al Smith pretty much just doomed the Redskins season. And honestly, that's the only reason I got the Eagles. Honestly. I mean, because honestly, I can't even say they're home because they haven't been winning a lot of home games either. So I can't even say because of home field.
So I really don't care who wins that game.
I mean, I'm just gonna
The
go.
Cowboys are gonna run away with the division.
Yeah, Cowboys getting the division. Unfortunately, it's wide open for them to win if they want it. So Eagles wins this game.
For a long time, the Cowboys have been waiting for a reason to talk. It's your time.
Yep. Well, they play the Saints, so we'll see. They'll be talking. All right, Sports Art World. We appreciate you for joining us today. Terrence McCoy again.
Jalen Long.
We appreciate you for tuning in. Leave your comments and share. And don't forget to like it.